Actually, I don't think I have to paint this other. Might as well. Alright, time to pull up an image on this tank. Amazingly, it is not in the Ultramarines area. Okay, Space Marines, Space Marines. Where are you at? Good lord. There it is. Okay. Trying to clean out my desk a little bit so I have room so that I can paint. Okay. All right. don't think this is wet enough anymore. Maybe it is. Okay. I should actually paint it blue. There's a lot of missing spots here. I need to get the blue touch first before I paint the higher raised areas. Okay. I might have put too much, but I'll go into the other models if I did. Hey, what's up, James? I finally bought me some good swords, spears, and all of that. So I'm 3D printing them in hopes to get custom assault intercessors along with a custom Blade Guard veteran. Hoping to I printed enough to hopefully get 10 mans in here, and I think most of them may have dual swords just because I don't think I have enough bolt pistols or whatever for them. So they're gonna look like corn berserkers set with swords, fancy swords actually, fancy chain swords. So, and I already have the bodies for them. So I just need the. I think I have the heads for them too. Just haven't attached the heads. I don't think I'll do custom heads for these guys since they're not like special. They're just battle line units or core infantry units. Cause I do run blade, billiard, aggravated as aggressors. What do you call those? Intercessors. Assault intercessors. That's what I meant. Yeah, I do run those, so I need to have them. And more snow. this tiny brush for this big flat surface area. Not gonna work. Well, it was alright. How about yours, James? Was there chaos today? Is today that infamous day of chaos? Unlimited, unadulterated chaos? Tell me today's that day. So today's not the day. Well, there's always tomorrow, James. There's always tomorrow. Right, James? There's always tomorrow. Hey, Adam, what's up? Things are going alright. Ah, James! You pulled a me? It's because of the color of his icon. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, there's a person named Francois that comes in here too, and it has the color of your the icon, or your whatever it's called. That's kind of funny. Yeah, say, I mean, I get it. I don't really care to change mine either. I don't know what mine is. Well, you know, on other stuff. Default works for me. Don't care about it that much. Okay. So what brought you in here, Adam? What brought you to this part of the neighborhood? Oh, oh, really? It's it's a lot of how do I say? Not accomplished stuff. I just finished my Terminators, so that's the reason why I don't have them up here. Here, I can pop them out real quick and show you. Because I'm trying to essentially paint my army that I'm going to actually play. I have a different kind of painting technique, and it's not like the other. It's like slap chop for sure. But let me see if I can pop out one Termy here. I need to just keep one out. show my impressive painting skills, right? So the idea will be all of them will be kind of like this guy with the little snow and a little whatever impressive. Ah, yeah, pretty much. It smells like Mod Podge in that little carrying container that I have because of all the snow. Yeah, so it's very thick, thick snow. So yeah. Anyways, I darkened up the image so it kind of looks a lot better in person. It's a little bit brighter, obviously, but you know, I don't want to brighten up the image and then darken up the image. All right. Well, need to go ahead and paint up the other guys. Put them away. Oh, it is morning, isn't it? Okay. Since I have a lot of blue, I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of. Well, not really get rid of them, but I do want to use it up. I don't want to leave it to dry. Let's see. Ah, man, let me grab the Terminator Captain real quick, because I want to try to paint them appropriately. Good lord, that's a lot of models. Captain, my captain, where are you at? Um, there you are. Okay. So is Bolter... Huh, okay. So this side's the blue, another side's gonna be the white. Oops, let me grab the chat back open. Man, don't you got work in the morning there, Don? It's gonna suck. What, work's gonna suck? Does work ever not suck? I guess the only time that ever happens is if you're getting paid and not having to do anything. Then work is wonderful. No, you definitely want to go to the official website and download whatever slicer to use. I think a lot of people use like there's like a popular one, but I don't remember what it's called. There's a like a generic slicer that works on a lot of printers. You just have to download the settings for it, like the profile or whatever it is, or you can use the official one. I don't know. I can't remember what Elegoo uses. So as Adam, you can see I use my my very fine tip brush for painting. It's the only way to paint, very fine tip. I'm assuming you do paint, Adam, as well. Otherwise, this would be a bit kind of awkward. Oh, I see the message. I don't have the phone close by. Most very important when painting Your character models, by the way. I just have a particular technique that just works. Most of the time. A lot of the times, actually. Because the model itself is just essentially base coated, I can paint anywhere except for, like, normally the cape wouldn't be painted. And I'm going to paint the majority of his color. But because uh, because I don't have him as base, because it's kind of hard to reach. Like this guy glued is essentially the same character, just doesn't have the sword. He has the power fist instead, as you can see. But it's hard to get the cape, especially with the base there. So I have to keep him removed from the base, which makes it a little bit more difficult to paint. And also try to get that back end of the cape, so I don't have to paint back there. So I do have to be careful there. But other than that, I don't really have to be careful anywhere else because I'm going to paint over it anyway. But if I can avoid having to paint over too much paint, it'd be great. Hey, what's up, Troy? Today, midday out. Paint instead base cut set up for new bits for first gen Ultramarine Vulnerable. Get ready to cut and assemble. What Vulnerable Dreadnought does Ultramarines have? Oh, I'm touching the paint. That's not good. Ah, kind of difficult to paint. Uh-oh. I hope to paint my furs soon, learning what I can do into them. But I know brush. Ah, man, I didn't fool you. Oh, so you've not painted before? Ah, I highly suggest looking up painting techniques. My painting technique is, good lord, it's, is kind of like a spin-off from a technique called slap chop, which I thoroughly enjoy. Not working out so well when I have to hold the model, but whenever you can put it on a base, it's fantastic. And my technique works just a little bit different from slap chop, but it's very similar. Okay, I have to put this guy down. I don't like having to paint him like that. I'm touching the paint, which is not good. Stand, my man. Okay, you just fall face flat. That's okay. That's good enough. Ah, this apothecary is going to be mostly white, but I actually am going to paint him mostly blue and have some areas that are white. Not sure which one's going to be white yet. I mean, I could paint it blue, then paint over white. I'm just kind of putting a thin layer of blue, and then I'm almost out of blue actually. And then I can, again, like I said, you can always paint over it, but you want to get the majority of it done. At least for me, I'm kind of like I want to quickly paint. I want to make it look good, but also don't want to spend forever painting. You know, there are people out there who will paint all their models in great detail, but then when you look at an army like a horde army and trying to do that, you're gonna quit the game. Probably. Just because it's crazy to paint so many models. I'm trying to think of how many models I have in my army, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 3, 10, 20. I don't know, a lot of models. Just a lot of models. So I'm trying to find a way, trying to find a technique that I can do mass painting, get them paint nicely, and a technique that I like to do because it's super easy. And hence where Slap Chop came into play. The thing is though is that this is not going to be its final painting. It's just initial paint. But at least I get majority of the paint on the model and then fix and adjust accordingly later on. I don't know which one has the white shoulder pad. I think it might be that side. And I think his helmet's going to be white too. So I both hate the name and concept of Slapshot. You hate the concept? Oh, I love the concept. Slapshot, you know, it's a name. Around 103 set Necron. Starters plus Dread, no tanks yet. I say yeah. You gonna put freaking the Land Raiders into that thing? So you can kind of see the results of my version of the Slap Chop. It's not too bad. Again, it's initial, and then I'm gonna let it dry. Hopefully I kept the model in mostly in frame. There we go. Although Slap Chop uses contrast paints as opposed to try to break down the basics of painting by do a dark base with zenithal highlight down our washes for paints to finish the job fast. Yeah. I mean, that is pretty much it. But of course, there's some details to go over. So, I mean, so it doesn't look right now because the paint's still a little bit wet. But after I let it dry, I then go and darken the areas a bit. All of those steps are still how you would paint normally. Yeah, but you don't necessarily cover the entire model with the contrast. But usually you paint individual pieces. I guess it's the difference. But you're right. Yeah. Well, no, slap. Well, I guess you can do that. Sometimes slap chop's just base coat white. Not necessarily that you do the zenithal on it. But yeah. So this is what you can kind of get with the. There is some edge highlighting. You can really see it on the model, but it's kind of hard to translate on video. But there is some edge highlighting that I did not do edge highlighting, but because of the painting technique, it actually shows. On the blue only though, apparently. Not the black, not the tan, not the red, not the gold, just the blue. I think, hell yeah, it's engraved. You couldn't say no, really. So I kind of really went a little bit dark on him, but that's okay. thin blue does this kind of perfect white edge highlight naturally, and yeah, yeah, it's hard. Well, I won't say it's hard to get. It's kind of once I get, if I ever get the measurement right, it has a very interesting. But actually, I won't say I perfected it. I did add something to these Terminators that is very interesting. It's much better. It's because someone made a comment about my tanks, and I thought of something, and it makes it a lot better. So when you see the Termies in person, and you'll kind of, and it has a really nice gradation to it too, very strangely. Something I just kind of discovered, and I think the technique is going to transfer over to my Tau. I think it'll be more pronounced on my Tau models because I've already kind of painted my Ultramarines mostly, and that technique kind of really shows up on the Terminators. I hate the inside of this vehicle, but it's my fault. Okay, let's just trying to get everything blue. I guess the problem with again with this is the fact that if you have any white, it's going to show. So you got to make sure that every spot is painted. If you did it in black, then it's going to be hard to see black, especially in hard to see areas. But white is really easy to see in hard to see areas. So okay. Alright, time to get some more of the black painted on here. Alright, what else is black in this impulsor? Hmm, not a lot apparently. Oh wait. Looks like there's still more blue in this impulsor that needs to be painted. But at least I'm getting everything else painted, roughly. This black looks grayish, amazingly. I think I probably thinned it a little bit too much. Okay. Alright. So not quite the full hour, but I'm going to call it a little bit. I don't want to start on the gunmetal. The gunmetal, actually, hold on. Let me get this guy, that interior done a little bit. I don't want to start on gunmetal just because gunmetal is something I have very little of, and I want to, I want to make sure I don't waste it. And I still have work today actually, so I can't exactly stay over as much as I'd like. So this will have the black, as much as the black back. Okay, not too shabby. This will be a little bit easier to paint. So I didn't put that stupid hood over this one. I wasn't thinking clearly whenever I assembled that other one. I was a bit excited, I guess. do gotta get these things done, even though I'm not gonna, actually I will run that thing, not the guns, because I needed survivability more than anything. Think about making this, instead of blue, maybe gunmetal. Blacken those crevices, blacken that hole. Amazingly, the underside didn't get base coated at all. But again, not really gonna see it, but I will still use paint on primer. Paint on surface primer. Make it a little bit easier. Actually, I need to go ahead and do that so that I can dry up and ready for paint for tomorrow. I'm heading out. Good luck on the rest of the morning for you. Alright, man, take it easy. Good luck on your work today, too. Okay. Alright. Let that dry. I think everything else is, well, this is not really, but it's not going to get seen. Alright, anyways, I try to stream every day around 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and try to stream for at least an hour so I can get most of my models painted. It's been a pretty good work in progress. Right now I'm painting my Ultramarines. I think the next in line that I'm going to paint is my Infinity models, which I have one set in. I'm waiting for another set and another model to come in. Then after that, I think it'll be Tau. Then Underworlds, though Marvel Crisis Protocol or MCP, and then Underworlds. So, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.